Howdy folks, it's Tall Turtle here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. We are going to complete the Discover Iceland bush trip today. Final leg 8 of 8. It's a long one too, 47 minutes it says, which means for me it'll probably take over an hour. But first I have to recap the previous video, legs 6 and 7. The short ones, 12 minutes and 13 minutes, but that's not how long it took me. Oh no, it took me a couple hours over a couple days. If you recall, I got distracted from the scenery and oversped, and then when it restarted our plane, it crashed it into a mountain because it started it just above a mountain. And then when I tried to restart the entire leg, it put the plane on top of the mountain because that was its last save point. So I did land by cutting across Iceland, but it didn't register as completing the leg. So off camera, I had to take the airplane, which was at a certain airport, and fly it back myself 2 legs to go from there to get them to register to unlock leg 8. So even when I tried starting at a different leg, like I'll click over here and say start from here, it didn't matter. It kept me at the last airport. Then I had to fly back and redo these. So this one 13-minute leg took me several hours and a couple different days to do it. So how funny is that? I didn't think it was funny at all. Today though, we're going to complete the bush trip, leg 8 of 8. Here we go. Alright, for this leg, it looks like it's a different time of day, either really early in the morning or really late at night. Isn't there a clock on here somewhere? I'm sure there is, and I'm probably just missing it. I don't see a clock. There has to be. There it is, local, 6:45 a.m. Wow, super early, and I saw that right down here. Alrighty, we need some lights because I can't see anything. So where are my lights? They're down here. Come on, turn on. Whoa. And there we go. Again, one click seems to really... Ugh, no, we don't want that one on. No. Maybe one click. How about that one? Again, come back and do one click. It'll let me do that. That's kind of weird. My personal volume, I don't hear anything. Looking out here a little bit. Alright, where are we going? What are we doing? Our VFR map. No line for this one either, so we don't care about that. Alright, we're going from BIPA to BIRK. And, we'll see how this goes here. So we're going to start out, let's see, first of all, I was going to say we can zoom out, see where we're going, but I don't think it's going to give us an airport. No. Alright, so here we go. 44 nautical miles south of Patreksfjörður Airport is one of Iceland's most famous landmarks, Snæfellsjökull. A beautiful volcano. Alright, so we're going to fly to a beautiful volcano. 14 minutes out though. So that's actually quite a way. That's off the map. Oh boy, here's the problem. I don't know that. We have to work for this one. Remember, starting back in leg 3, I said we really have to work for these. Well, we really have to work for these too. So I'm going to start out in the plane, start out in the air. And then during the sightseeing for you, I'm going to look at Google Maps. I'm going to look at Google Maps, right? And if we want it to be realistic, we might as well use the tools available to us, which would be Google Maps on my phone, right? Keeping it realistic. All right, so we're going to start out at 191 degrees for 13 and a half minutes, which for us would probably be 20 minutes. So 191. Let's move heading bug here to 191, which is right here. Whoops, right there. And that means we get autopilot set up. We'll use flight director. We'll use heading. Looks like we're gonna fly over a lot of water, but I don't know. Let's go to Let's go to 6,000 just until I see what's happening. 6,000 has been a really good elevation, especially because our highest point on the whole landmass of Ireland, 6,000 covered it. So we should be good if we do 6,000 for everything else. Alright, we'll do... Oh no, I almost stalled when I did that before. Let's see, 100 feet per minute. I think we're good to go. No, we need to repair and refuel. There we go. And make sure flaps are down 1 notch. Let those catch up. And I think we're good to go. Alright, parking brake off. Or is it on now? Nope, it's off now. Okay. And I'm hoping they put us in a good spot on the runway. Sometimes they drop you in the middle of the runway. But we should be okay. So here we go, getting ready to take off. I think, there we go. And Up we go. Whoa, why are we going to the left? Brakes to stop the wheels. We need to turn left, obviously, but we have to clear this train first. So once we clear this train, we will turn left and then start the timer. But not until we've cleared the train. Come on. There's our sync after bringing in flaps. There we go. Alright, able to make it? Not yet. Not yet. There we go. Now we'll go a little bit to the left. Hey, co-pilot, how are you doing? That reminds me, we have some more flight training to try in the sim to see if I can pass or fail. I know for the first part of it, the basic handling, I redid them all. I redid the modules off camera to get A's on everything. I might not do that for the others. We'll have to see how I feel. And then we have some discovery flights coming up. I plan to do those soon. I might do one after this, actually. And then I might retry the landing challenges. Plus my own flights I want to do. Alrighty, there is coming up on 191 here. And we're just going to make sure, we're still hand flying by the way. Make sure we're going to clear this terrain, and then I'll engage autopilot in a moment. I just want to hand fly for a little bit. We got to look up where this volcano is. Alright, now that we're 191, we can probably start the timer. It says 13 minutes, but it's going to be way more than that for us. How are we doing? Are we clearing the terrain? And we are, so let's engage autopilot. Although we're still pretty close to this side, but that's okay, I think. Alrighty, let's hop outside and have a peek here. Oh, that looks awesome. Screenshot of that one. Have a peek. Oh, the airplane's turning. Let's definitely take a screenshot. There's a city back there. Our city is right in front of the wing. That's where we took off from. This airport. There we go. Fabulous. Alrighty. Oh, that must be the volcano right in front of us. I think it's pretty obvious. I don't think I need to look that one up. So, let's see. If I don't need to look it up, then it's just sightseeing. That volcano is right here, obviously. So let's quickly read about what's next. Beautiful volcano. And then from there we turn pretty much to the east-northeast. Or, oh, yeah. Let's see, the small village. Okay, we'll read about that when we get to the volcano. Alrighty, so sightseeing for a little bit here, and when we get to the volcano, I will jump back in and we will have a little chat. Well, this is interesting. I did something right. Our heading is bringing us directly to the volcano. We're going to have to turn before, obviously. We'll hit it. And we're going to get there in about 13 and a half minutes. How awesome is that? Alrighty, so in just a minute I'm going to turn our heading to 85 degrees, and we're going to go to Grundarsfjörður. Just east of Sauðlauksdalur lies Grundarsfjörður, a small village located where deep sea and steep mountains dramatically meet. Okay. Hopefully I can find that little town thing. So I just did some research on Google Maps, and that is a national park we're looking at surrounding the volcano. And I see flashing lights, but that's not an airport. If it is an airport, it doesn't show up as one. But we actually need to turn left before the volcano, because where we're headed, Gunnfins or whatever, is right here. A village right there. Actually, no, sorry, it's that peak sticking out right there. That's what it is. And this is 85 degrees, so if we turn now, we'll be too early, but if we turn later, we'll hit the volcano. So we'll get there in a moment. Let's see what your timings say. Okay, we're pretty close. We're pretty spot on. Looks like it's not rendering that quickly either. Alrighty, we're about to hit land, and we're going to head to that little thing sticking out. So let's go down here and do 85 degrees. Which might be a little too early, but I don't want to hit the volcano. So let's do 85 degrees, and we'll course correct as we need to. Come on, you can do it. 85 degrees, like that. I want to look out the window, see the volcano, and then I want to reset that. Come on. There we go. So we're going to go to a small village where deep sea and steep mountains dramatically meet, and in 4 minutes we will read the next thing. Actually before that, because I want to plan ahead, right? Alrighty, awesome. So 4 minutes isn't too long from now, so we should probably read about the next place now. East-southeast lies Elberg Crater, a volcanic creation, and is best seen from the air. Right, or 85 degrees would have been if we hit the volcano, because we're supposed to be over here, right there. But because I didn't want to hit the volcano, I had us do 85 degrees a little early, and so we're just north of our target. But that's okay. We'll get back on track here, and then we'll make our heading change. Just keep going. Keep going. Come on. We want to... Whoa, not do that. We want to do this. And see that island. Come on. More. More. There we go. Now we will go over our little village, and once we do, we will turn to 125, which is less than we are now because we're making a correction here. And then we'll do that for 7.5 minutes or so. Looking fabulous as always, although nothing is rendering in. They're rendered in. We flew over that, right? We flew by this and it rendered in. This hasn't caught up yet, so it's not me. It seems to be the servers that we're connected to, because some days it's great, other days like right now it's absolutely horrible. So it's rendering in right below us, it looks like, perhaps. But I'll do a little bit. And I know this is supposed to be like that. For these bush trips, they're very careful about detail, so there's no way this is supposed to be like this. It just isn't. Just hasn't caught up. Anyway, there's that village. Okay, the village rendered in below us. So we'll have a peek of that since we're here, because we can't see from inside the plane. So let's have a peek at our village, and then we'll make our turn towards the crater, checking out the Minecraft cloud reflected in the water. There we go. Let's have a peek at that village where steep mountains and deep oceans meet. Alright, there you go. Have a peek, pause it, rewind the tape, but we gotta put our toys away. We need to do the next thing, which is 125 degrees. So now we have to, whoops, not the wrong way. I have to go backwards here, 125. Reset the timer. And it's supposed to be for 7 minutes and 43 seconds. We will see a crater from the air. Shouldn't be that difficult. And when we get closer to it, I will read about the next thing. Yeah. Alrighty. I will see you in a couple minutes. Alright, now the rendering is working. So what I did in the cut is I turned off Bing data, whatever, turned it back on. I don't know if that coincidentally fixed this or if it's just catching up. Could be either way. Could be because I turned it off, turned it on. Could be because servers were just slow or something. But it wasn't consuming anything because only this entire past 2 legs or whatever. Well, how long? No, sorry, I just did this leg today. It only consumed 90 megabytes after all that, so it wasn't talking to the servers either. I don't know why, but whatever. It's working now. That's what matters. I'm glad I figured it out now, unlike the Nevada trip where I did like 6 legs before I figured it out. Or maybe the servers were off for 6 legs. I don't know. But there's a crater up here somewhere. It's actually right here because I looked it up on Google Maps because, again, we're supposed to be realistic, and realistically we have tools available to us. So it's right there, which is right off her nose. I'm assuming it's right here. I'm assuming it'll be obvious once we get there, which would just be a moment or so. 6.5. Oh, okay. Our timing isn't too bad today. As we approach the crater, let's look around outside together, because that's why we do this. Let's be together. Yeah, somewhere else there's a crater. I'm not sure if my assumption is correct yet, but you know, just enjoying everything now that I've finally rendered in. See, the clouds look amazing for the bush trips and stuff, but they look not amazing when you set up a flight. So whatever they did to force this cloud type or whatever looks amazing, but I don't know. Anyway, let's enjoy what we have in front of us. So here we go, looking back at the volcano. We started way the heck over there. It's amazing how much ground you cover, how quickly too. But anyway, up here's a crater somewhere. But let's read about the next place as we approach here, because we're only, well, okay, we're supposed to be there now and we're not. Actually, yeah. Look at, on the map, compared to Google Maps, we're supposed to be over the crater. Oh, is that it right there? That's the crater. That little thing, I bet. Because this is exactly where it shows on Google Maps. So, that's our crater. Okay, I was looking for an enormous thing. So let's quickly get changed over here. We need to go 163. 163 before we miss it here. So we'll be a little bit to the east, probably. Let's reset this. And we want to go there for 544. Surrounded by forests and steeped in history, Borgarnes, is it Borgarnes? Or Borgarnes, must be Borgarnes, lies 8.6 nautical miles southeast of Elburg. Alright, so 6 minutes or so to get to this town, and I did look it up already on Google Maps, which is, it's not on here yet. Yes, it is. It's this little thing sticking out right. Hang on, let me see here. Let me compare because our speed. Yeah, it's this little peninsula thing right here. That's where we're headed. Let me zoom in one. Or am I going to lose too much? Let's keep it like that. So that's where we're headed. So only a couple minutes away. And it's going to be a quick little section here. I don't want to say leg because this whole trip is a leg. A quick little section, I guess. I'll give you a little bit of sightseeing. We'll talk about the next place, this waterfall, after this little city. Actually, it's a pretty big city. Alright, so the city we're looking for is right below us, like literally right below us. So let's take out the drone, and there it is, right there. Right, I'll go like that. There, go right under the airplane, that whole peninsula. So we will fly over that, and then make our change to the waterfall, which I looked ahead is next to a lake. And I'm very curious how the waterfall is going to be rendered, because waterfalls have not been rendered very well in the sim so far. So I'm curious to see what that's going to look like, but first let's fly over the city, have a good look at it here. Then we'll make our turn. We'll have to turn with haste because we'll be past where we need to be. Alright, there's the city. Pause or rewind the tape, whatever you want to do. It does look really good, but we have to turn this airplane, and we need to turn it to 134. Let's do this with urgency so we don't miss this waterfall here and end up too far south. 134. There we go, reset the clock, and come on, there we go. Glimmer Waterfall, 19 miles southeast, and about 6 minutes away. Alrighty, and then we will read about the next thing once we get towards the waterfall, and it looks like we get to land at a big airport. No challenging airports in this bush trip. Some of these bush trips have had some pretty crazy landing spots where you couldn't even find them. And people thank me in my videos for finding them for them, which is great. I love doing it. But this is pretty simple. Other than the overspeed thing, which is totally nothing to do with the bush trip. That's just my fault. So anyway, this waterfall is right next to that lake, surrounded by mountains, which means I will love to be here. I love small, medium-sized lakes surrounded by mountains. It's great. So it looks like we're going to end up just north of it, which is fine. So we'll look for it out of our right window. Let me get you about right there, which should be in a couple minutes. So sightseeing until then. See you in a little bit. Alright, we should be coming up over a waterfall here. Somewhere around here. Right by that lake. So we're going to take out the drone for that. 4.5 minutes. It says 6. We're actually ahead of schedule. Because I'm pretty confident our waterfall is right before that lake. Yeah, in fact it's before this hill. Looking at Google Maps. So, take out the drone. And I don't see a waterfall. Maybe it's this thing? Maybe it's this thing. Let's see here. I don't see it. We're gonna look for this because I'm really curious what it's gonna look like in the sim. Let's actually get the airplane out of the way. Now let's just like that for immersion. We can see the heat coming out of the engine. I don't have a picture of the waterfall. I just have a location. And it's supposed to be, according to Google Maps, I'm looking at it right now. It's right before that mountain. It's this water's in this river here. The river comes out, and it should be right, okay, it should be right in this area here. It says, do you see anything in that area? Because I sure don't. It must be this, huh? Must be that, right? Has to be. Has to be. You can see the white water there. I don't know. Or maybe it's that in the middle of your screen. I don't know. I'll look that up. Plateau thing. Alright, let's put the drone away and let's do our next heading here, which is what? 174. Let's go to 174, and then we'll read about what we're doing. I just want to get us in that direction here. Reset the timer. Thingvellir National Park. Thingvellir National Park. A short distance from the waterfall is the park, one of the most spectacular destinations in Iceland. Only 3 minutes away, 2.5 minutes away. And I'll show you where it is on the map here. It's this green area. This whole thing is the national park. So when we get there, we'll have to turn wherever we're going right after that. So, should read about the next place. Reykjavík. I've heard this spoken so many times in that Callian movie or TV show. Reykjavík, the capital and most populous city in Iceland, lies just west-southwest of the national park, and then right after that's the airport. So, what we'll do is we'll make our turn, and then we'll be able to see the airport pretty soon, I would imagine. So, yeah, let's go towards this for another minute. I'll give you 20 seconds of sightseeing, and then we'll make our turn towards Reykjavík, and then we'll make our corrections by sight and land. See you in about 20 seconds or so. Alright, let's make our turn now. So we're gonna stop this already. And stop. There we go. Make our turn 271, which is gonna be this direction. If I know how numbers work. 271, all on a previous leg. I didn't know how numbers worked. Come on, do it more here. It's 271, start the timer. So in about 7 minutes or so, we'll start coming down before that, but about 7 minutes or so, we should easily see our destination. Not sure why it's not popping up here yet. Probably because it's way over here, right? Where are we headed to? BIRK is probably over there, right? Isn't that where Reykjavík is? No, it's before that. It's actually right here. So, there it is, RK. That's where we're headed. So, we can't quite come down yet, I don't think. I think we have to wait till we cross this terrain. Then we can start coming down, and then we'll either come down here or circle to land or whatever we need to do as we get closer. So, alright, a little bit of sightseeing for you, and we know where we're going now. We know where we're going to land. It should be, yeah, straight off the nose exactly. And then we'll complete this trip. Yeah, the airport is huge. Can't miss it. Hopefully it's a fly straight in thing. Otherwise we'll just deal with it when we get there. And I'll see you in a couple minutes. Simple as that. Alright, looks like we can safely come down now. So let's start descending here. We'll go down at 2,000 feet. I'll be taken over by then. Let's see. Let's slowly go down though. Not as quickly as normal. Let's bring back throttle so we don't overspeed after we do the leg. Let's come down at a whopping 400 feet per minute. Because we come down, how many minutes do we have left? We have about 4 minutes left. 400 feet per minute, 4 times 4 is 16, that's 1,600 feet. Oh, we need to come down more than that. I just don't want to run into this stuff. Let's come down at 600 feet per minute. Keep an eye on our speed. I'd rather go too slow than overspeed, right? Let's see. Let's have a look around outside together. Briefly here. And, then we'll land in a moment. I don't see the airport quite yet, but it should be there any second. Anyway, look at that. We flew all the way, look at that. Just for this leg we started way off here, can't you see it? Went to that volcano, came around through here, came by the waterfall, came out here by the national park, and now we're coming down here, all in 40 some, well, it's been over an hour for me, but it's supposed to be 47 minutes. Let's see how long, well, it won't tell us how long this leg took, it'll add up all of our time, I think. That's how the other bush trips have been. The last leg, it tells you the entire leg, or the entire trip. So we'll have to see. The entire trip was supposed to take 3 hours and 54 minutes. I'm curious how long it's taking for me. This might be the runway here, perpendicular to us. I have landed here before, explained and stuff, but I don't remember. It's been a while. Ooh, my frame rates are crapping down. Okay, now they're back. That was weird. Anyway, look at how gorgeous this is. I would relax more and enjoy the scenery more, but I'm scared of like screwing up. Speaking of that, let's watch for speed. I'm scared of screwing up, and I'm having to redo legs because it can be laborious, especially when the sim now just drops you off wherever last saved you, which in this case has been like on mountains. Ridiculous. Alrighty, anyway, look at this. Suburbs of Reykjavík. There's the airport. Alrighty, let's put the toys away. And let's look out the windows one more time. And then we have to stop looking around because we need to land now. And let's kill autopilot because we need to land. And there's the airport, so we're going to come over here so we can land at the airport. Let's get the airport in here without getting too crazy. Yeah, see, BIRK, right? We're going to come out from the north and make a big U-turn back in. Watch that speed. We do not want to overspeed. We are so close to being done. Oh my gosh, my frame rate just went weird. Again. No, they're not. 45, 46 frames per second, 47 frames per second. Why is it super jittery? Like at 50 frames per second. Why is it so jittery? I don't know if that's getting recorded that way or not, but it is really jittery right now. Weird. It's acting like it's like 19, 18, 15 frames per second. But you just saw for yourself. It was at 50. Anyway, watching our speed now, we're too slow, see. Alright, watching our speed, have a somewhat realistic descent. And we'll come up from the north, like I said. And then we'll have a short final. And we'll land this plane. Just having some final looks around before we get onto our final approach here. Better put this away. And watch our speed. There we go. Is that the right? We must be landing on a different runway. I really don't care. We're gonna land on this runway right here. And if it doesn't save, then we'll taxi around until it saves. Because, yeah, I don't think this is the runway they intend us to land on, or is it? Nope. See how there's two runways in that picture? They have us on the other runway in the picture. But if we land and stop in the middle where they intersect, we should be good. That's how I'm going to approach it. No pun intended, get it. Alright, here we go. Let's get in the flap range. Oh, it's so fun to hand fly. It is so nice to hand fly, but when we're trying to look around and read things and look at Google Maps to make sure we know where we're going, it makes it difficult to hand fly sometimes. Alright, there's our first set of flaps with a big float. I don't know if it's supposed to be that big. And there's an island. Oh, you know how much I love little islands. There's actually a couple little islands out there. Alright, stop looking around, turtle. Good grief. We'll do 2 sets of flaps just because I don't know how long this runway is, although I'm sure we'll be fine with 1. Keep an eye on that speed, though. And don't overspeed with the flaps either. Holy cow, that's gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I'm going to take the drone out and just drive around with it. There's a volcano back there. Alrighty, let's pay attention to what we're doing, though. Because now we're way off track here. Alright, let's go sterile, I think. I don't want to. I want to look out the windows and talk about it. Oh my gosh. Okay, enough of that. We can always come back and do the drone if I want to. Alright, here we go. Speed is good. Gonna land on this runway. Try to stop really quickly and land, or stop at that intersection if we can, so that it accepts our landing. Hopefully it doesn't register as a crash because we're using the wrong runway. If it does, I'm going to be very furious because it didn't specify runway, it just says land. Right? Alright, look out traffic. You're in the way. Alrighty, here we go. And there's buses on the stinking runway. Oh my gosh. No. They're fire trucks. Are you serious right now? Get out of my way. Out of my way. Alright, stall. And reversers, hit the brakes, try to stop right here. Can we stop right at the intersection? So there we go. Perfect. It worked perfectly. 5.5 hours. It took more than an hour and a half longer than it was supposed to. It was supposed to take 3 hours, 54 minutes. Anyway, that is awesome. We did it. We had some weird crap. I mean, we had the dumbest issues along the way, but we did it. So super awesome. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it's helpful for you if you're looking for help on how to do it. Hopefully you enjoyed it if you're just here to enjoy it. We have a couple more bush trips to go with World Update 5. And then we'll be caught up with those, and then whatever else World and Sim Update 6 offers us. But anyway, we have a bunch of other stuff to do. I'm going to mix match a few things. In fact, I probably already have. I probably interjected things between these videos. I'm kind of talking in the future at the same time. But anyway, like usual, if you liked it, then subscribe, like, share with your friends, and I'll see you next time.